Tuesday, got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut and she Tuesday. Club going up.
Welcome. I'm the two-tone bandit in here with Coach Murph again. You know how we do, and this is the podcast for Tennessee Titans fans by a Tennessee Titan fan. We want you to pull up and represent that two-tone blue the way that you want to. This is a community for us. This is a platform that I am building that can echo the voice of the fan and give you a space where your voice actually matters. On today's episode, we'll be breaking down our own individual mock drafts and probably do a few more in the future leading up to the draft. But hey, it's a lot of talk and speculation going on, so we're going to jump into some of that, give you some of our prospects and how we look into some of these things. So why don't you go ahead and lock in, subscribe, and let's tighten the hell up and get straight to it. All right, let's go. All right, party people, jumping straight into it. I will be trying to grade this mock draft in my own personal sense through the lens of the Tennessee Titans. How well each prospect fits Tennessee's current roster and the biggest needs. The Titans went 3-14 in 2025, scored just 284 points, allowed 478, gave up 56 sacks on offense, and allowed 4,221 passing yards. So the big needs are still pretty clear. We understand what they were going into free agency. We have touched some needs, but as the draft comes along and we want homegrown talent in the build through the draft, we still have other positions that we might want to add depth to or even potential day one starters. Help out the QB, add weapons, improve the front seven disruption, and keep adding DB competition. When I was looking at what happened, the overall feel that I thought my mock draft presented is that it just leans into a smart Titans approach, explosive skill talent early, then waves of front seven and secondary depth later. My big picture takeaway is that the class would give Tennessee more speed, more youth, and more competition at running back, wide receiver, edge, linebacker, and cornerback, which matches where the roster still needs juice at. The current public depth chart listing shows Cam Ward, right where he needs to be a quarterback. That's not an issue for us. Though we do still have Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears at running back, we all are real hype on Love and probably even bringing in another potential. I've heard people shouting out Brian Robinson, maybe coming in from free agency. Not too many high-end prospects in the draft, but we could go late to pick up a running back for a competition training camp body or developmental piece. Looking into some of these things, just on your overall, spill, bro, on how you think we should approach the draft in a generalization, what do you think is going on with the team and how do you look at it? What would be your approach?
I believe trenches. Trenches, you win game in the trenches. You win game with defense. Offense is cool. Makes sense, especially have a running back. But if you think about it from this approach, if we make our offensive line, our defensive line, our linebacker core, and our running backs unstoppable, or the strengths of our team, therefore things should flow a little bit easier. It would be a lot more entertaining for the fans as well. So that's my thinking process when I came into this mock draft. I went heavy when it comes to interior offensive line, defensive line, edge. I got one wide receiver. I got a back, of course. I think everybody know what back we're going to go with when it comes to this. And I have, what else did I get? I got a tight end. I got a big tight end that can do a lot of different things.
Okay.
So with me, that's my thinking process. That's how I feel like Titans will go from this point forward. I was thinking about the cornerback position and the D-back position, but then I thought about what they did so far, and I kind of have a feeling that they want to go the more experienced route when it comes to that. So I fell off of that love for that position. I love the position, yes, at safety as well as corner. But at the same time, I feel like they're going to go in a different direction because they want the vets in those positions for a longer duration of time. When it comes to the Tennessee, I think we're going to be known for bringing in a vet back there to take care of things if we lose Hook in the future. So that was the direction that I went into. And I think we're going to be solid regardless.
Yeah, absolutely. So look, with all that being said, the Bandit and Coach Shaq getting ready to jump into our mock drafts, and we're going to break it down for you right here shortly. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. All right, we jumping straight into it, starting with Coach Murph's mock draft. Coach Murph, you want to take the floor, my boy?
Absolutely, absolutely. With my first pick in the my first pick in the fourth in the first round, the
Give
fourth
you a
pick
drum.
overall, we have the great, the future Titans legend, Jeremiah Love. I love Love. I understand it's cliche. I love Love, but it is what it is. He's a talented athlete. He's a talented ball player. He's a leader. He can hit you. He wants to hit you. He's a physical
Mm-hmm.
specimen, as they say, and he is a Robert Salas guy, I believe. Brian Dable, he loves him already, allegedly. That's what's out there. So I feel like he can help Cam Ward in his trajectory of his future. He can help the Titans in our future as a franchise. He's going to bring a lot of excitement to the Tennessee Titans organization, period. I would be ecstatic if we can grab him at 4. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. I would not trade up to 2.
No,
Whoever said trade up to 2, it doesn't make any sense. I would
no.
not do that, especially when you have to mortgage basically our future. So that's who I'll be sticking with. He's a 3 down back, but he's a special, traditional, modern day type 3 down back. Because on 3rd down, if you want to go a 5 out, a 5 wide receiver set, he can be
Mm-hmm.
put in one of the wide receiver positions and go from that point forward. He can stay in the backfield, whatever. He doesn't really have to come off the field if you don't want him to.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like he's a perfect selection at that spot. Everybody's crying and complaining about running back at 4. I don't want to stay in the first round this long,
Yeah.
but everybody talks about the running back at 4 and it might be a reach. But when your running back can play wide receiver, also you kind of kill 2 birds with one stone when it comes to it. So I love
Yeah.
Love at number 4. For my second round pick at 35, I have Chris Brazel from the University of Tennessee. He's a stretcher. He's a burner. He is basically what I think he could basically be with what I think they wanted Calvin Ridley to be.
Yeah.
Stretch the field, dynamic. He can take any ball to the house. He can catch out the gym. He can jump out the gym, I should say. He can catch anything. Long catch radius, wide catch radius. He can do it all. I would love to have him in here. And next year, whenever, say for example, Calvin Ridley leaves next year, because we don't know
Mm-hmm.
what that contract looks like. We know he took a pay cut, but we don't know
Yeah.
if it's void years or whatever the situation might be. So he can replace him down the road in the future and be that wide receiver 2. And then we will have our wide receiver 1 next year in our wide receiver class. You guys know how I feel about that wide receiver class that's going to come out next year. Um, for my 3rd round selection at 66, I have Malachi Lawrence. Malachi Lawrence is
Okay.
another edge. He's going to add to the edge room. He's going to give us something that we haven't had in a while. Long, slinky, powerful. It's going to be fun seeing him on that defensive line, and I feel like he can really put out. I feel like he can be really, really special for us if we can get him in this room. Um, at 101 in the 4th round, I believe it's the 4th round. 101, yes, it is in the 4th round. I have Logan Jones out of Iowa. He's a
Mm.
leader. He's a captain. He's tough, hard nosed. We need a center in here. Last time we had a Jones at center, we were good. So bring another one in here and let's see what we can do. Um, with that first selection in the 5th round, I have the great Bo Stevens. Bo Stevens is another
Mm.
guy. He played with Logan Jones. If you can see my connection, I like having guys that play with each other because,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the offensive line, I wanted to get all 4. They got a tackle that's really, really good too. That's going to be in this year's draft, but he wasn't available when I wanted to get him. But having, say, for example, we did get that tackle, that would have been beautiful because that whole right side would have been Iowa guys in the future. I
Yeah.
feel like if you play with each other in the future, you know how to communicate. You know how to say, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
do this, do that." Little subtle nudges and things of that nature. So, but I have Bo going to us in that with the first 5th round draft pick. My
Okay.
second 5th round draft pick, I have Zane Durant, another guy that is big and stout. He's going to be a great rotational guy for us if we can get him in here. I like the way he plays. I like his nastiness. I like his aggression. And him being
Mm.
under Jeffrey Simmons and JFM would be beautiful for our future period. It will be beautiful for the franchise. It will be beautiful for the longevity of Big Jeff's career. We can
Yeah.
stretch it out when you got to play so many downs. You got a beast in there that's going to put that same wear and tear on that offensive line's body. So throughout the game, it's going to be easier for Big Jeff. The rotational aspect of it, that's what the Tennessee Titans want to do when it comes to that defensive line. And if we keep on adding pieces, young vets, it doesn't matter. We will be extremely, extremely effective, and it's going to benefit our future without a shadow of a doubt. My next guy I have is Aiden Fisher. Aiden Fisher is an JMU guy. I believe he was at James Madison when that head coach at Indiana was over there too. So he can ball. He's a smart kid. He did great for Indiana last year. He's a Mike linebacker. I selected him because he can be a future starter there at that position. We don't know what's going to happen when it comes to the depth of that position because we did not get a middle linebacker yet. So I feel like adding him, that's a future piece that we can really put in there and see what he can do alongside Cedric Gray and alongside Barton since he's still there at this moment in time. I think that's going to be something that can be exciting. I want to say exciting because of the way he plays. He complements Gray a lot. So I really like that. Out of all my picks, I kind of like that the best because of what he can do against what he can do belongs alongside the guys that we have at middle right now. My 194th, I believe that is what my 6th-round draft pick. We have Jude Barry. Jude Barry is a long developmental type guy. He's a tackle. I feel like he can, with our offensive line coach now, he can really develop his strength. He's long. That's what we like. He's a pass protection pro. He's great at pass protection. He would play it on the left, but I'm sure he can play the right too. But we do need a left backup wise, so this kind of makes sense. I like him at that spot. I feel like he's going to be a steal at that spot. And my last selection at 225 in the 7th round, it is Eli Raridan. Long. That boy is 6'6", 6'7". Big as hell. He runs. I think he ran a 4. He either ran a 4.6 or 4.8. I really don't remember right now. That's bad on me. I gotta look at my notes. But he's talented. He is the prototype type guy that Brian Dable likes at the tight end position. All in all, I feel like we have pieces that can fit towards the future, towards the present. And this team, I should say draft class, paired up with last year's draft class, paired up with this year's free agency class, as well as last year's free agency class. This right here could be the pivoting point towards a positive turn in the future of the Tennessee Titans. This is it.
Sounds great to me. I like it. Look like you got a scholar student over there, or at least an honor roll. Them grades is banging. If my
I like the grades, man.
Games, they might get 100 for Christmas. I don't know. But no, that's awesome. I like the direction of the division and things you were picking up and how you're trying to put the right players in the right positions for the right reasons.
Yes.
I think you do have a bias on certain players. I don't think that was necessarily prevalent through your picks. I'm saying that to say that I think that you look beyond your bias and looked at what you felt was best for the team. And that's great. I mean, I love it. What do y'all think? Do you like it? You want to match it, replace it? Let us know down in the comments. Critique his, critique mine. I'm ready to get into mine now.
Hold on 1 second, too. And I apologize. 1 second, boss.
You good. Go ahead.
Bo has a chance to start on this team if we do get him at 142. Bo can legit start. There's a couple of guys that can legit start on this team. Of course, Love is going to start. Lawrence has a possibility. Jones will. I don't think Jones will more so now, but he has a role in the future. But Bo is different. I really, really like Bo, and I think he can truly be a starter with this Tennessee Titan team this year.
Heard that. So, hey, if we got him, we're going to see how everything playing out with that. But nonetheless, we're going to jump into it. We're going to keep it going. I got a little trade twist on mine, so we're going to add a little sprinkle to it. I'm going to tell you one thing about Chris Brazzell that I like. Like, this has nothing to do with skill and play. This is all. I like players with names that we can play with. Yeah. No. Hear me out.
I hear you.
Because I was watching some highlights on him, and I think one of the college announcers was saying it. But wouldn't it be fun to be like razzle dazzle brazzle does it again? Like
That old school film.
yeah,
Oh,
brazzle
that's what we
hits them
doing.
with the
Old
razzle
school.
and the dazzle. Yeah, no, that's just me. Yeah, look,
It's
y'all know
lovely to have
cool.
love. Some shit like that. I got you.
And I'm from Virginia, and guess what? Virginia is for lovers. But anyway, no, don't worry about it.
Hey, I like it. I like it.
But that's really the state motto. I don't know where they got it from, but hey, it is what it is. But nonetheless, I like to have fun. We're gonna have fun. I'm gonna talk my trash. We're gonna keep it direct, but y'all know I'm a fool with it. We're gonna get into it. So look, let's jump right into mine. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with you. Appreciate your patience. Just some cookies on the table. I'll be with you in a second. So, like I said, I gave a little bit of, a bit of magic into my twist. So look, this is what I did. Hey, San Fran came and hollered at me. They said, hey man, we want your third. But we're gonna give you we're gonna give you some more fourths. I had to give more fourths, okay? And then I get 2 fourths for next year. Y'all see it right there? Would you have not made this trade?
You got bored out, man. You got bored out. Ain't nothing wrong with it though. I like it.
Matter of fact, do you think Borgonzi would make this trade if he was offered this? If this happened in real time in April, do you think Borgo would go here 4/5 to 3rd to pick up 3 fourths and 2 fourths next year?
You talking to me?
Well, yeah, you can answer. I'm talking to everybody.
I'm talking to everybody. I'm gonna say, if you're talking to me, I would say
comments. You talk to me. Let's get it. What's up?
I would say no, just for the simple fact,
yeah,
because Borgo already said he wants a whole bunch of top 100 picks, but at the same time, he said he wants a number at the top 100, and then he said he wants a number period. So with the number period, this helps out a lot.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the top 100, he's really not getting that for it. But he only taking one off. So I would say, yeah. How about that? Yeah.
Because what if you package up to maybe get? I don't know. But
no, it makes sense.
It sure to give him a little wiggle room because we already got a 4th next year, regardless.
Exactly. It's going to make him think for sure. It's going to make him think for sure.
And
100%.
And so then we're getting down to the nitty gritty. Washington hollered me in the 6th. As you can see, only moved down 3 spots to swap out that and then gain an additional 7th. So I'm looking at acquisition across the board. Of course, like Coach just pointed out, Borgo's objective is to be in the top 100.
Yeah.
But, acquisition is here. And then, another thing I was considering with them 2 fourths, because I was considering how deep the class was next up, and then having 2 more chances to pick in the 4th. Yeah, I don't know. So, could be worth it.
Or you can trade them up. You can use it to trade up.
Exactly. Options
on possible.
The table. Options
on the table. Makes sense.
Bring it back, Salt Bay. I'm old school. Don't worry about me. Look, all right. So look, I had to show that to y'all. Look, I'm gonna bring up the next graphic right here. We're gonna be right with you. 2 seconds, but we had to explain. Appreciate your patience. Look, get a couple more cookies on the table. There's a bottle of water right there in the fridge. I'll be right with you. Don't eat up all the gummy bears and Capri Suns for the kids. It's not right. Be a good person. We'll be right with you. Boom, boom, boom. Welcome back. Wipe the cookies off your face. Let's get back to it. All right. Look, something seems to be a common theme around here, and that seems to be the number 4 pick, because I also picked Jeremiah Love, running back out of Notre Dame. Look, Love is the big blue chip swing of this class. I'm sorry. In 2025, he ran for 1,372 yards and had 18 touchdowns on 199 carries. Added 27 catches for 280 yards and 3 touchdowns, finishing 3rd in Heisman voting and earning All-American recognition. See, for the Titans, I think this is a great player because, a lot of people, I think prior to the last few weeks, a lot of people would have debated taking, a running back number 4 overall. And I think there still may be some hesitation, from a few people. But regardless, if we, already have Pollard and Spears, like I said earlier, on the depth charts, I think Love will give the offense a true featured runner that, has that home run ability, contact balance, and receiving value. He'd make life a whole lot easier on Cam Ward immediately and could become a long-term engine in this offense. I think this is a great player fit. He has high talent, and you really can't deny what you see here from Love. So, I mean, I see love at 4. If you feel different, anything that you hear from me or coach, go ahead, drop it down, battle, or we can talk it out on here. You can come on here and talk to us about it. Hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, him, whatever. Let us know. We down for engagements and conversations. It's not as big as a debate as it is building a brotherhood, and your voice matters like mine. This platform is open to you just as much as you see us on it here. While you sitting there watching it, you want to come, hit us up, hit me up, whatever. You can hit us up on Twitter, send us a message. We'll get you on here so that you can be represented the same way we trying to represent the same franchise that we all care for and love. Moving on to my second round pick. And noteworthy that if you didn't see, you can go back and check out the trades that I made. But just to give you a quick recap, I do have a first and a second. I forfeited my third. I picked up 3/4. I have 3/5, 1/6, and 3/7. So that is what you're dealing with here. My list is a little extended. I did show you how we got here on what I accepted through the mock drafts, but just to explain it to you so you know you don't have to go through too much if you don't want to understand why it's a little deeper and how we're working out this mock draft in front of you. But pick 35, round 2, Kevin Concepcion, wide receiver out of Texas A&M is the direction I went. Brazel was, I'm gonna tell you, and I'm gonna be honest with you, Brazel was there in my mock draft. I did one prior to this where I did no trades and I did pick Brazel, but I just wanted, and I see it in a lot of mock drafts, so it's not that I'm against Brazel at all. Don't think that I would have any issue with bringing him in or, any other viable receivers they could be there because I just really trust the process. But to give context, I just wanted to do something different and see how things would still shape up if we didn't, because anything can happen. Who knows? Somebody might value him way more in the first. We've seen stranger things happen. So nothing is guaranteed, and they're all mock drafts for a reason. So I wanted to go a different direction than what I obviously had been seeing, but something that was still more reasonable. So I went this one. And if you really don't know, Concepcion had a monster 2025 season at Texas A&M. 61 catches for 919 receiving yards, 9 receiving touchdowns, plus 10 carries for 75 yards and 1 rushing touchdown. For a total of 994 yards and 10 total touchdowns, he was also recognized as an All-American. See, to me, this feels like a very good Titan fit because Tennessee needs more separation, movement, and yards after catch ability around Ward. Concepcion brings, I say he brings that inside-out versatility and can be used on crossers, motion touches, and screens. Slot work as well. With Ayo Mana and, we got DK in there, Robinson, already in the mix, Concepcion would add a different flavor, more twitch, and more multi-purpose value, if you will. Very good fit, I think this is good, medium, high, early potential with starter upside. Let me ask you this, bro, because I do like a little feedback. Like I said, I'm really starting to get into the college ranks. I'm not as versed or as experienced as Coach Murph here or as our other counterpart, CJ EK, when you see us on here. But I do learn and I do understand. But I like to get input so we can give y'all the best value as far as information, while it's on here. Or, like I said, unless you want to come on here and give it to us yourself, you're welcome to do that. But, brother, let me ask you this question before I move on to my fourth round. If Brazel and Concepcion are there available at pick 35, which direction are you going and why?
If you're going upside, if you're going, all right, how can I put this? If you're going, you want a guy that can develop into something that's extraordinary.
Yeah.
You go Brazel. If you want something more polished, as in right now, you go KC. KC is going to do everything that's right. KC is he's going to be a needle mover. He should go to more so in a team that's going to be more competitive, more contender like. Not saying that the Titans won't right next year, but we don't know what's going on. But I see him with a fit like Buffalo. I see him with a fit like Kansas City, teams like that have everything already. You already know what we're going to do. KC is very, very good, but at the same time, I don't know his ceiling compared to. I know for a fact. Put it this way: his ceiling might not be as high as Brazel, but his floor damn sure isn't lower than Brazel. He is the perfect fit. He's a more for sure type prospect this year. So yeah.
Okay. Good. So there's that. So hey, like I said, y'all got any other comments, input? Put it down. Hit us up. Let us know. We would love to hear it. love to put you on here, put it out there for the people to understand where you're coming from, and let's get a better prospect on all of this.
Yeah.
But we understand what we were in here for the draft for, and I think our biggest needs were right. We wanted a good wide receiver. I think people fell in love with Love because we understood the importance of having a great running back. I mean, we've seen what happens when we've had that through our years as Titans fans. But also, edge was another position that a lot of people understand that we need. And so this is why the Bain and the Bailey discussions were very heavy coming into the free agency before we got to this point. And I say that to say that brings me to my fourth round pick. 101, Joshua Josephs, edge out of Tennessee. Joseph stayed productive in 2025 with 33 total tackles, 6 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and even a 41-yard fumble return touchdown. In 11 games, he's 6'3", 240 pounds. Sound like me. That's crazy.
Put you in the league. What's up with it?
That's about my measurement. I'm about 6'3", 260 right now. I got a little chunk. I've been eating too many cookies. That's why I left the rest of them for y'all to eat.
We'll have to put you as center, boss.
I'm with it. Hey, let's go. I got the gloves. Let's spike it. No, but I do think this is a good Titans value pick because Tennessee still needs more edge depth and more rotational juice. To be honest with you, Joseph looks like the type of rusher who can, I can say, be deployed as a sub package disruptor. Early while he still develops more strength. He's not a finished product by any means at this point, but when you look at the forced fumble production, it really does stand out, and that's something I don't think that you can really ignore. How do you feel about my pick 101, Joshua Joseph, coach at this? Just how do you feel about my pick, the value at this point, the player? How you feel about it?
He's definitely not a finished product. He's definitely a guy that is going to be a solid type of guy, if you want to say it, a project guy that can develop into something special. He doesn't have a strong. When it comes to the run game, he's not as impactful. He can chase you down. He's that fast. When you look at his pressures versus his sacks, it doesn't really correlate. A lot of guys on the opposite side of him will benefit from him more so than him benefiting from it. He's not going to get you a lot of sacks as of right now in college. Because if you look at his numbers, he has an elite first step. His first step is off the chain. He will get off the ball. But the thing is, he won't get you sacks, if it makes sense. He will get you pressures, but he won't get you sacks. Gotcha. And that's the most frustrating part of it. He's not going to set the edge. He's at 240, but he doesn't really do anything when it comes to the run game. He gets pushed around to a certain extent. But again, he can really develop into something really, really good. A nice rotational piece down the road. Potential starter. I wouldn't put anything past Salah because he can bring the best out of any person that he puts on that field. And he puts them in a position to be successful. So that's what I love about Salah. So if Josephs goes to Tennessee, I don't expect anything right away.
Gotcha.
You know how Titans fan did with Femi? Please don't put him under that microscope.
Yeah.
Let him have his time to develop. He will be good down the road. He's going to be a nice figurehead down the road. Who can I compare him to? I really can't. I can't off the back. I really can't do it. But it's a potential type of guy. Let's put it that way. He's long. He's the type of guy that Tennessee loves, violent. But at the same time, when it comes to the run game, he's questionable. When it comes to getting the sacks more so than producing the pressure, it is questionable. He will be a developmental piece. He should be in the 3rd and 4th round. He should be on this Tennessee Titan team. If he does, he's going to be a good rotational piece for the future.
Okay, so you think he's not a bad take in the 4th round?
He's not a bad take in the 4th round at all. I can no, it's not a reach. I don't consider it a reach. I would say mid to early 4th, but mid 4th, yeah. Late 4th, absolutely. 5th, you run to the board and get him.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
so
it.
Good pick. Overall, good pick.
Cool. All right. Moving on, my second pick in the fourth round, pick 127, Jay Sean Barham, linebacker out of Michigan. Barham posted 32 total tackles, 10 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, 3 pass breakups, 4 quarterback hurries, and 1 forced fumble in 2025. His current stat height and weight is at 6'3", 243 pounds. See, for our team, I think this is a strong modern front seven fit because Barham gives you flexibility.
Yes.
He can play off ball, blitz, he can mug certain gaps, and he can also function as a hybrid chess piece. So that's useful for a defense trying to add speed and multiplicity. He may not be a pure traditional, stack linebacker only.
Yeah.
Feels more like a weapon. And so if you're able to utilize him properly, I think you can use him to your advantage in certain packages and rotations. How do you feel about my pick 127, Jay Sean Barham, linebacker out of Michigan?
He's extremely intelligent, man. This kid can play 4 or 5 different positions on the defensive side of the ball. He is a Robert Saleh type of guy. I actually like Barham more than a lot of people because you can put him at edge, you can put him at that outside linebacker position or that off-ball linebacker position. He likes to get physical. He likes to hit. You probably put him around where you selected him if it's good. Honestly, if you would have switched both of those, I would have felt more comfortable. But
Gotcha.
It still does make sense. I love him. He didn't get enough credit when he was at Michigan, but I like the pick. It still thinks he still has to work on. He is undersized if you put him at edge. But again, I don't think he really would be playing edge that much. He is a solid guy. I trust Salah if we had him on the squad.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Well, that's it. Well, look.
He will get burnt though. He runs a 4.5, but that 4.5 really doesn't really show up on film, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So he will get burnt. He's not always consistent when it comes to his coverage. So coverage wise is his downfall right now.
Okay. Good. Cool. All right, well, let's look. Let's look at it. So because of my excellent negotiating skills, negotiator, I was able to, so now we're not moving too far off. We go from 127 to 133, which, is that 6 6 picks later, okay? So now 6 picks later, what are we doing? We're looking at picking up Dalen Everett, okay, cornerback out of Georgia. Everett finished 2025 with 50 total tackles, 1 interception and 1 interception for 30 yards. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
8 pass breakups across 13 games. He's 6'1", 190 pounds. Tennessee needs more outside corner competition, especially after a season where the defense gave up huge passing production. Everett brings SEC-tested experience and size that works on the boundary. He doesn't have to be the savior right away. He can compete and develop into a reliable outside option later down the road. So right now, that's where we're at. Before we go into the 5th, how do you feel about, me? Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, you're good, Ross. He's going to have a tough time in the NFL because he is grabby. He is, I don't want to say the traditional grabby, but he reminds me of Brownlee a little bit. He definitely reminds me of Brownlee because he's a pit bull when it comes to it, but he doesn't like getting beat. So if he's getting beat, he's going to grab. He's going to get there a tick too high, a tick too quick, or a tick too late when it comes to his zone coverage. Mm-hmm. He can play though. He can be, like you said, a developmental piece down the road in the future. Don't expect anything from day one. I would put him on special teams because he likes to hit. He's not a consistent hitter when it comes. A consistent tackler because he will duck his head a little bit. And if he duck his head, he's gonna miss tackles. NFL and college are 2 different things. He's extremely experienced. He played a bunch of games, over 50 games in college. But yeah, he's just slightly inconsistent, slightly grabby, pass interference. I don't know. It depends. He will be a little bit late when it comes to the zone because he likes to pick his eyes in the backfield more than most. Yeah. I can see the pick though.
Okay. All right. There it is. All right. Let's go, y'all. Y'all ready? Okay. Need a bathroom break? It don't matter. Let's go. Pick 138, Jacoby Lane, wide receiver out of USC. Lane produced 49 catches for 745 yards, 4 touchdowns in 2025, averaging 15.2 yards per catch, 6'4", 200 pounds. Got a decent body coming back, okay? I like this fit for us because it complements Concepcion, if you look at it
Mm-hmm.
like that. Lane gives you more size, catch radius value, and vertical boundary upside. If Concepcion is the movement piece, then Lane is the bigger outside frame who can grow with Ward. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Um, that kind of balance matters to me, honestly. I think I think this is a pretty decent fit, more developmental. You can look at him more like your wide receiver 4 or 5 right now, with upside becoming meaningful as an outside target.
Yeah.
I think Dayball can find ways to work with him because he just has a way to putting together good offenses, especially when that's all that he really needs to focus on.
Yeah.
But yeah, how you feel about my pick, bro? Right here, 138.
Smooth hands, my boy. That boy got smooth hands. He has smooth hands. He's smooth. Period. He's sneaky quick. He's long, like you said before. He can possibly be unguardable if he puts everything together. But that's if he puts everything together. If he goes to the right program or franchise that can develop him the right way and coach him the right way. I really, really like him. He will get jammed though. He will get jammed. He's not that strong when it comes to it. Um, he he needs to develop more strength at the point of attack.
Mm-hmm.
But I like him. I like him. I like his fit. We were talking offline about him. I really like his fit. I think he can be very, very good on the football team. He could be. He's going to be. He's going to be legit anywhere. He's going to be legit anywhere he goes. He reminds me of a taller version of St. Brown. A taller version of St. Brown. He can be really, really good. Look, he went to USC, so it makes sense. But he's a baller. Definitely a baller.
Bet.
But the thing is, he's not going to slip. I personally don't think. Remember we talked about before that second round, the end of the first round, and possibly all of the second, possibly going into the third. It's going to be a lot of wide receivers taken. I don't see him getting past. I don't see him getting past outside the second round. Just like we was talking about KC, I don't think KC is going to get to the second round. I think KC is going to stay in that first range.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to Lane, he's definitely not getting past the second. If he does get past the second, he's going to be going within the first 10 picks of the third.
So if I find him here, you definitely taking that.
Absolutely. Another guy that I'm going to run to the podium with the card with his name on it.
Got it. Okay. All right. Let's get back to it, y'all. Moving on. Pick 142, Anthony Lucas. Edge out of USC. Lucas had 37 total tackles, 3.5 tackles for a loss, 3 sacks, 7 quarterback carries, and 1 forced fumble in 2025. He's 6'5", 285 pounds, giving him more size than some lighter rushers in this class. I would say that he brings a different body type than Joseph's. Lucas has the frame to work as a sturdier edge presence and potentially help on early downs while, while still offering, I would say, pass rush upside. Of course, we need some work. If you're picking in, most people down here, they even with the potential in their stats, I would say anything fifth round and down is usually developmental. Third to seconds are usually maybe exactly what they are. Third to fourth, I'm sorry. It's usually what they are. Usually your third to fourth string, maybe second, depending on, the value that you catch people at.
Yeah.
So, when you look at it like that, if you're able to, pair Joseph and Lucas, it'll still give you, 2 different edge bets instead of just one.
Yeah.
And so I think that's a good way to fit, to try to see what works best, the best way you can use this to complement your team, your scheme, or your fit that you're going forward. Do you think if we was to find Anthony Lucas edge right here at 142, that this would be a good value pick for what he can bring or offer to the team, or the potential that he could possibly be developed into, even if it's a rotational piece? How do you feel about this pick, Anthony Lucas, right here?
Outside of Love, the most likely person I think is going to be a Tennessee Titan is him, Lucas. For the simple fact, he's so big. He's basically Thomas. Solomon Thomas, we just picked him up from Dallas.
Yeah.
That's what he is. And
Gotcha.
I feel like Salah is going to see the exact same thing that we're looking at right now. He's a big guy. He's strong. He can control the edge. When we talk about setting the edge and things of that nature, he
Yeah.
can set the edge. I like him. He's not going to rush the ball that much, but he will set that edge. So I can see him being a starter next to when you got the two big guys in the middle. I
Mm-hmm.
can see him being one of the outside linebackers on the. I apologize, one of the edges to
Yeah.
start the game more so, and then of course you're going to bounce JFM to that edge when it comes to third down blitzing. But that's what I see. I see
Okay.
him being on this Tennessee Titan team. He's going to shock people, excuse me, and
Mm-hmm.
possibly be a starter down the line, if not this year, next year. But he's that good. The issue is with him, like again, he doesn't get to the ball that much. He will set the edge. He is not perfect, but he can come around down the road,
Mm-hmm.
and he could be really, really good. I
Good.
like him though.
Bet. Something we need to look into. Bet.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Violent hands too. Another cat that has violent hands. I will feel comfortable picking up Love and not Bane because I know I can get him down the line in the draft. He's that good in the right position in the right scheme, I should say. In
Gotcha.
Salah's scene,
Yeah.
he's going to be legit, definitely
Okay.
legit.
There it is. There it is.
Mhm.
Moving on. All right. Pick 144. Harold Perkins, linebacker out of LSU. Perkins bounced back in 2025 and finished with 56 tackles, 8 tackles for a loss, 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery,
Mhm.
and 3 pass breakups. Okay. Look, LSU notes that he returned to full strength after a 2024 knee injury cut short most of that season.
Yeah.
If Perkins is really here at 144, then I think that that's a steal on upside.
Yeah.
He's exactly the kind of rangy, disruptive, hybrid defender Tennessee really could use. The only reason this isn't an automatic slam dunk, in my opinion, is you have to consider the medical risk, context that's there. But at this point in the draft, the reward will really be huge. He can blitz, chase, cover, and create splash plays. I mean, I think this is a fit, especially when you're. I think it's an excellent fit when you look at the value that you'd be taking it at. So, huge upside as a rotational defender
Yeah.
who could outplay, the slot, in a good way. But do you agree? Do you think that Harold Perkins here at 144 would be a good steal for upside?
If he was never injured, he would be a guaranteed second round draft pick. If he was never hurt, if there was no injury concerns when it comes to him, he would be a guaranteed second round draft pick.
Mm-hmm.
His injuries does put a little
Yeah.
inconsistency when it comes to his draft grade. It all depends on what these doctors see when he's in their facilities and he's getting that physical. It all depends on what the doctor sees. If the doctors feel like he can go, we can roll with him. Plain and simple. He's a star guy, so he's really not going to have a set position on the team. You remember when Coach I'll say Washington, Denard Wilson said, "Hey, I want Jamal Adams to be not a position type player, but we're going to put him in there. We're going to find something for him, wreak havoc, and do what he got to do." That was the anticipation that he had. That's the anticipation that Jamal Adams had.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he will have on this team. Will they actually put him in a position like they're supposed to have put Adams in a position? We don't know, but I can definitely see him being that star type of guy that can just line up wherever and just blitz the ball, hit somebody in the mouth, and go from that point forward.
Okay. Well, hit him in the mouth, boom, just like
exactly, just like that. Smack in the mouth.
Yeah,
but that AC injury, the ACL injury in 2024, it did complicate a lot of things when it came to him.
Yeah. Exactly. And so that's that. Like I said, upside is there. The injury is the concern. We'll see how it plays out with all of these players for the most part. I mean, I think one of the biggest gambles that paid off for us in that regard, as far as taking a defensive player on injury, was Jeffrey Simmons.
Yes.
That was, because he definitely would have went in the first, but we caught him in the second, right?
No, we got Jeff in the first. Big Jeff, we got Big Jeff in the first.
Yeah, because it was like the 20s, right?
It was, I think it was around 18,
19,
19,
19, somewhere in there.
18,
I think
19.
that might have been, yeah. Okay, it was later in the first. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Later in the first. That's what that was. All right, cool. All right, let's look at it. So we're gonna move on to the next pick at 187. Armaj Reed Adams, inside offensive lineman from Texas A&M. Reed Adams is 6'5", 6'6", 314 to 340 pounds. Interior lineman who previously played at Kansas, transferred to Texas A&M, started all 13 games at right guard in 2024, returned for 2025 as a team captain, and earned second-team All-American, second-team All-SEC recognition in 2025 as an offensive lineman. He doesn't have the normal box score production like skilled players or defenders, but I still think this is a good fit because we gave up 56 sacks in 2025. So adding trench competition seems to be mandatory, and Reed Adams brings experience, size, and leadership. And this kind of day three guard value is exactly how you stabilize a roster around a young quarterback, if you ask me. I think this can be good impact with immediate depth and a real chance to be able to compete and be more competitive towards snaps on this offensive line. Lord knows we need all the help we can get to not only have viable starters, but decent depth in rotation to be able to, like I said, we have to protect the quarterback. So you don't want to go from an A grade to a D grade because you don't have decent depth when it comes to rotating these players and keeping everyone fresh for the 60 minutes of the tournament. Going for interior offensive lineman right here, pick 187. How do you feel about Reed Adams? Do you think it's a reach? It's good? Do you think it's value? What say you?
He's nasty. He's nasty. So, man, he's extremely aggressive, former All American. Now, when I look at him, was he an All American because he had Moss behind him running the ball? Or was Moss that damn good because he had Reed in front of him? You can think about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Moss is going to get, I believe he's in this draft. He should get drafted because he had a great year because of this man right here. So when it comes to Reed Adams, he will hit you in your mouth. It's a common thing with your list right now. People that's going to hit you in your mouth. He's extremely aggressive, like I said before. The issue is with him, he's too aggressive. He will get penalties. He doesn't like his quarterback getting hit, so therefore he will grab. And he will, if he get beat, you ain't getting to the quarterback, but you will get a penalty. So you got to think about things like that. It could be it's a blessing and a curse. He is. I can see him playing right guard. He can play tackle too. I don't think they want to put him at tackle. But he can definitely be a good right guard on this team, or at least a good depth piece for this thing.
Yeah, no, I get it definitely. Yeah, definitely. We want to minimize penalties and have disciplined players. But I will say this. I will give you this caveat to it. I will take the flag.
Yeah.
Over you hurting my quarterback.
Yeah.
I would rather Ward be untouched.
Yeah.
And we be the most undisciplined team than to have to risk the injury of Mike because we need him for the long haul.
Yeah. If you do,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say a good franchise quarterback should last you at least
10 to 15 nowadays.
10 to 15 years, exactly. So yeah, we need that, and the less injuries, less wear and tear, the better. You can always clean up the penalties, but it's hard to bounce back from injury. So and those things can possibly be corrected with the proper training from the right offensive line coach. But yeah, so that I just wanted to drop that caveat on it. That's all.
He worries me slightly though, still, because if you go against, if you push me back, if you push him back, he's solid, he's good. But if you give him one of these, it's gonna be a problem. He can move his feet back and back fine. He can he can latch on as a rat. But if you finesse him and you move around when it comes to him, he's gonna have a problem. If you do a stunt around him, it's gonna be a problem because laterally quickness, he's not there. But when it comes to latching on and getting back in his anchor, he's solid. So that's the thing. And when it's come to run blocking, he's a rat. What are you going to do? Because he's going to hit you. He's going to wear you down. He has great leverage when it comes to what he does when it comes to the run blocking. But again, that lateral movement is not where it should be.
Gotcha. Hey, what do you expect? We picking this far down in the draft.
Exactly. Yeah,
But
you
yeah,
picking
but no,
developmental guys. You picking. I pick things apart a little bit too much than I supposed to,
no, you good.
but
I love it.
yes,
I
but
love it.
yes,
No,
that's what I
I
see
love
when
the
it comes to him.
transparency.
Yes, sir.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
No, won't knock you for it. No, I love the transparency. That's what it is. But no, more so that's to the viewers.
Yeah.
It's just you understand that we are having more correctable issues
Yes.
with some of these players because of of the value that we're taking them in the draft. But I'm saying that to say this to be expected.
Yeah.
Not to take anything from these players because I mean if you can make it, I mean look, if you can get drafted, then you're doing something right. So it's just all about how they develop at that next level.
There you go.
We've seen studs that fall off, and we've seen people come out of nowhere and be superstars. So
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, I believe Antonio Brown was a fifth round pick. I think.
No, he was a fifth round pick for other reason at Central Michigan. No, we ain't gonna
Well,
talk
yeah.
about.
Look, I digress from my point. Moving on. Let's.
Yeah.
But pick 194 on Hezekiah Masses, cornerback out of California, man. 6'1", 185. 2025 production. What do you have? 31 31 total tackles, 5 interceptions, and 12 pass breakups. PFF also graded him. They had him very. I'm sorry, I'm speaking it wrong. He was very relative to the position that he played, but the other thing is that I think that this would be the type of corner that has ball production that is worth betting on.
Yeah.
At this position, especially for a defense that needs more takeaways and more playable depth pieces at this position. Mm-hmm. If Everett is your, let's say, your safer outside style addition, then Masses is the later pick with the appealing turnover production, if that works.
Yes.
Very good, depth piece to add to this competition that we bring in here in the secondary. And I think that he has a very good upside to being developed into a ball hawk on the back end, given his ability. What are your critiques or your takeaways from Hezekiah Masses as being a developmental piece in this secondary if we were to land him at this position this point slot at 194?
He is an interesting prospect for me, and I'm quite sure he's going to be an interesting prospect when it comes to the Tennessee Titans and Salah for the simple fact he's intelligent. Mm-hmm. A lot of these guys, another thing that you did very well on is the fact you got a lot of intelligent guys that have a lot of high ball IQ. You feel me? They know how to play ball.
Yeah.
But with Masses he doesn't tackle. He doesn't like to tackle because he's smaller. And if you ain't going to tackle in college, you ain't going to tackle in the NFL. So you got to think about it like that. He's intelligent when it comes to the zone. He getting his spot in the zone. He's just small. But again, we got guys right now, Cordell on the team that's kind of small, and he really turned it up. And he showed that he can ball no matter what. So he's kind of skinny. He's not a consistent open field tackler, but when it comes to that zone, he has the length to get where he needs to go. He knows how to get to his spot. He's incentive. He can move. He's a good pick, developmental pick at 194 to see what we can get out of him, if that makes sense. He's 6'1" at a corner. People love big corners nowadays. So he's slow, but that can be trained. That can be worked on.
Yep, 6'1", 185. They did have 5 picks here last year for whatever that's worth. So.
They did, definitely. Another guy that's grabby too, though. They don't like to get beat, and I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
They got the intuition, but we can coach him and clean him up. Possibly.
Long as shit, and he will mirror you like to death. That's the interesting thing about him, because he's here with it. He's here with you. But if you hit him with a move and you get on top of him, if you stack him, it's gonna be a home run. So that's the issue. If he gets stacked, he can't recover. So, but other than that, he's good.
Bet that. There it is. All right. Pick 223. Kalon Black, running back out of Indiana. I noticed, I'm not going to lie, had a little Khalil Mullins influence, just seeing as how we took a running back later in the draft and knowing that I had a few extra picks. and that I hadn't done one yet. I said, let's go ahead and shoot for a running back to bring into this running back room to add some more competition, maybe even a developmental piece, special teams piece. Let's look into it. But nonetheless, Black ran for 1,040 yards last season with 10 touchdowns. He on 186 carries. So, I mean, he averaged 5.6 yards per carry. He's 5'10", 210 pounds. And so, so I think that I think he could fit fine in a vacuum, but probably redundant if you already, we already took Love at 4, but like I said, he is productive and physical.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would probably say if we already spent premium capital on Love, using another pick on the running back is harder to justify unless you're planning for long-term churn in the room and want to lean on, heavily on the run game. Maybe 1-2 punch, maybe running back committee. Maybe you want to save some of the tread on Love's tires. Not sure how the approach is. But I thought we could bring in some more competition, another piece that could be looked at, developmental, like I said, maybe even special teams. At this value in the 7th round, I don't really think you can go wrong given the production from last year, given the potential of upside. We're not looking for a number one because, like I said, we already picked Love. We already know where that's going. But we're not sure what might go on with Pollard. I mean, this is Spears last year on his contract. If you want to bring in more bodies to keep him in and keep things rotational, I think this is not a bad direction to go. Critique my pick, bro. What say you?
He won't fumble the ball. He won't fumble the ball at all. He's definitely a downhill runner. He's basically Mullins. So he's the exact same player. So do you want to double up with the same exact player? But the thing is, Khalil plays better special teams than Black. So what do you want when it comes to? But a lot of people can say that Black runs harder than Mullins.
Okay.
I don't particularly agree when it comes to that, but I can see why people do say that. When Black gets in the game, you should know what to expect. You know he's either going to run the ball or he's going to pass protection. He's not going out for a pass. That is something that can he do it? Maybe. Has he shown it? No. But also, have they put him in a position in college to show that? No. So we don't know what's going on when it comes to him and the passing game. But he will get you 2 or 3 yards when you need to. He will hit you in your mouth again, and he will go downhill when it comes to running. He will rarely get knocked back.
Sorry, need a thick, solid body. Man, it can make some things happen. So
100%.
So yeah. So that was just my my sentiments on that and where I was going that direction. So look, moving on to pick 225, last pick for us in this mock draft on this mock drafts 1.0 Titan Talk segment. I'm going Ephesians Price-Sock, okay? Cornerback out of Washington. I'm hoping I said that right.
Yeah, I think you did.
But look, Price-Sock is a tall boundary corner. He's 6'4", 195. In 2025, he recorded 29 solo tackles, 1 interception, and 7 pass breakups. Washington, when he was in Washington, he started all third. I'm sorry. He's in Washington, but he started all 13 games in Arizona in 2023 before transferring later in his career. Yeah, I was mixed up when I was thinking. But
I thought you was trying to say something about Washington not being good. That's what I thought you was getting at.
No, I don't want no smoke. I ain't pulling nobody yet. Not yet.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Not yet. We good.
We'll get you later. August will come, but no. I think this is a good late, swing for the Titans because you can never have too many corners. It's something that people say.
Yeah.
And I think his size definitely stands out immediately. And we're talking about a 6'4" corner. I mean, good. Yeah. I mean, and then this late in the draft, this is exactly the kind of traits based on DBs, the type of bet that kind of makes sense. I mean, he needs development for sure, but he gives you another outside body type to work with.
Yeah.
I think it is a good, impact. Even if you want to go for depth or even practice squad type, but bringing him in to maybe, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get him up to speed. Let's see it, because I mean, if you can develop him into CB3,
Yeah.
maybe CB2 on some occasion, maybe later down the road, maybe I don't know. Not saying immediately, but down the road because you want to develop your prospect, and then if you can get him to a great competitive mode within the building. Imagine these receivers practicing up against a competitive 6'4", DB.
He's
You know
6'4", bro.
that
You
would
can't.
definitely give them a lot of a lot of way different perspective going up in against. But like I said, it would have to be competitive to at least league average for them to really, I think, get the benefit off of going against him in practice. Because if he's just easy to beat, then it defeats the purpose. The point is to have a challenging, overtowering, DB that you can go up against, so it can make you a lot more competitive when you're going up against other DBs who might be averaging about 6'1", what have you. And these are the bigger guys. You got some 5'11s out here, 5'10. So for sure, I mean, if your average practice against a 6'4", this could add more advantage value in that regard to give you more advantage on the actual game day. I'm not mad at it at all. I think, right here, where we at?
225.
224. Yeah, I don't think you go wrong with that. But what's your takeaway, man? Give us the college scouting on this. What's your takeaway? What's your insight on Mr. Ephesians here?
He's the type of guy. He's the type of prospect or the type of player that coaches want on their team because they want to coach him up and see what they can get out of him. Because
Exactly.
again, you're 6'4", you're running a 4.45. So you got the length. His arms are about like 33 and a half, I believe. When it comes to the length, he's another guy. He don't like getting beat, so therefore he will grab you. He will make sure he ain't getting beat. He don't like getting embarrassed. So that's a good thing to have, but bad thing to have at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Another guy, if you stack him, it's not the fact that his speed or his length can't recover. It's the fact that he doesn't track the ball well when it comes to it. He's not. He's a reason. Is a reason why he plays cornerback and not receiver. If that makes sense. He's one of those type of guys. All right, you can play. You athletic. You can play football, but shit, you can't catch the ball or you can't track the ball in the air and things of that nature. So he's one of those type of guys. You want him on a team. He will definitely if you can develop him properly and you can put a little bit of little sauce on him, as they say. He's going to make a DB coach, defensive coordinator in 2 or 3 years because he's going to be that good. So it all depends on the coaching. It all depends on the scheme. It all depends on how quick he takes up to the NFL and realize, hey, I can't be grabbing. I got to turn my head around. I got to track the ball well. I got to do things like that. So he's a good pick. Again, 6'4", you can't teach length. So, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I mean, that rounds out, my...
Side note, he's not going to make it to 7 either. He's not going to make it to 7. He's the type of person that people will reach on because of what he could be. So you think about 5th, 4th by a miracle. Definitely 5th, definitely 6th. He's not going to make it to 7th, unfortunately. And 4th, I wouldn't be surprised if I seen him in the 4th.
Let's have him off track, folks. We do what we do for the two-tone blue. I like that.
There we go. I like that.
Don't do that no more. We do what we do for the two-tone blue. But listen, man, that's where we at with it. You seen what Coach did. You seen what I did. Listen, that's how you draft.
There we go.
Yeah, what you mean? That's how you draft, man. Come on, man. Stop. You see what look, I still got picks. You know what I mean? I got 2 4ths already I'm sitting on, baby. Like, come on, what's up with it, man?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
We understand what we're doing. We're putting people in the right places to change some faces because we're tired of the frowns going down. We got to turn them upside down. We need smiles. We need the crowd to go wild. That's what we need. Two-tone blue, tighten up, baby. I'm telling you, it's going down this season. Listen, two-tone season is here for a reason, baby. But one thing I can point out to you, and I do want to point out to you, is how not to draft. We got some things that we need to point out before we get up out of here, and we're ready to do that very shortly. Look, if there's any more cookies left, go grab a few, because we're coming right back. Get the water too so you can watch this segment. Get your note and your notepad, all right? All right. Matter of fact, bring your family because you need to teach them what not to do so they don't upset you because we don't need nobody crashing out. Don't do this.
No.
If you love yourself and your team, don't do what we're about to show you what was suggested to do. No, we're not.
Please don't. Please don't.
Well, hurry up. Get the cookies. Come back. Get your snacks. Come back. We'll be back in 2 seconds. All right, go do what you got to do. Come back. Appreciate your patience. Really do. We'll be with you in a second. All right. Hope you got your snacks because we back. Look, PSA. Fentanyl is at an all-time high. I promise you. Because I don't know what's happening out here, but you have to be careful because what the is this? Do you see this? Is this what they're talking about right here? Do you see what's happening? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So we're gonna give the Jets, Will Levis, a first next year and a fourth this year for Gary Wilson. You get a smile.
You want me to start so you can calm down a little bit? I'll let you calm down a little bit.
I need to. I can't.
Right.
I need to. You gotta go somewhere.
So
go
I'm going to defend the Titans fan, the two-tone blue nation. I'm going to defend him for a hot second. I'm just going to say that he was just so focused on getting the Tennessee Titans the number one pick. I apologize. The number one receiver, wide receiver one. He was just so focused on doing that he wasn't paying attention or thinking about what he was saying when he said this, or she was saying when she said this. Like I said before, I even said it on Instagram, Twitter, X, stock, whatever you want to call it nowadays. I'm dating my age. You don't basically trade any picks in 2027. That draft next year is crazy. I would not trade any picks if you're a developmental team and you're trying to get better. Or if you're on the fringe type team, you do not trade any picks from 2027 because 1 through 7, even the undrafted free agent guys, it's going to be beautiful. Like we said before with CJ, this draft is you get your franchise together in this draft is a franchise rebuild because the middle was so stacked and everybody it's basically a scheme fit type of draft this year. But next year, you got several guys that can fit any type of scheme. Those are called blue chip players, blue chip prospects. You have so many blue chip prospects next year that you don't trade anybody if you don't have to. You don't trade any draft picks if you don't have to from 2027.
Absolutely.
I understand Wilson is a great player. He's a wide receiver 1 on some teams. He's a wide receiver 2 on some teams. He's a beast, and he's going to put up numbers. But at the same time, you don't do this when you can get a player that might be better than him next year in the draft.
Absolutely.
So it's legit probably 10 receivers that can be a wide receiver 1 in next year's draft.
You feel?
So with that being said, I'm not trying to reach for a number 1 this year just because I'm panicking. I'm not in win now mode. I'm in development mode. So what's the point of making this trade? This is a win now trade. And it doesn't make sense to me, in my opinion.
Yeah. And disclaimer, I need to say this because I have to. And two-tone blue nation, I like you, bro. We cool. No offense to you, but I think you stayed up late last night. I don't know what you did. You didn't get no sleep. It's crazy. Don't do that. Get better sleep. 8 hours are better, baby. Come on.
But the crazy thing is that wasn't the worst trade that we saw on Twitter or X when it comes to the Tennessee Titans. It wasn't the worst trade.
Y'all want to know? Y'all want to know? Y'all want to know? Subscribe. Yeah, I'm not going to
subscribe. I like it.
Subscribe first, and then I'll show you what it is. No, look, we're going to have fun over here, man. Come and hang out with us, man. We have a ball, man. But we're going to get to it. It's really not. And it's seriously, we're ready to pull it up for you right now. But no, because this is a good guy. I like him. We talk all the time. I don't want to attack you personally, brother. I'm really attacking your argument, not you, the person. Do not want you to take that personally. That's what I can say about it. Just like to be genuine and transparent with people. I'm not attacking you, brother. But that's fentanyl, bro. Stop. I got rehab for that. I still love you, man. Look, if you need some lunch money tomorrow, hit me up. Send me your cash app. I got you, man. But look, at the end of the day, we're going to move on to the next one, all right? That's what we're going to do. Hold, like if you standing up, sit down, okay? If you're driving, pull over. Okay, if you in the room with your family, tell them hold on a second. You'll be right back. You need to be solid, stable.
Yeah.
But we show you this. I can't. This is a disclaimer, okay? If I had a waiver, I send it to you electronically, and you have to give it back to me. I can't show you this without a waiver. I need an NDA to show you this. Like this is ridiculous. But
Yeah.
let's do this. Let's do this. Let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. You know what? Let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get this in here for you. Because I don't understand what happened. I really don't. I get it. Maybe it's March Madness for a reason. It's madness.
That's what it is. PFF, they lost their mind with this one.
Madness.
Definitely lost their mind.
He's a madman. I mean, listen. I'm sorry. I'm not. You know what? I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry.
But it goes like we said before. It's the panic mode type thing.
Mhm.
Everybody loves Love right now and going to Tennessee, and I get that.
Be the best.
But at the same time, you don't panic and make a move like this or make a trade like this.
Yeah, we feel like Tyler just popped up. Man, I'm gonna have to hit Tyler up and let him know what's going on, man. I don't need him coming at me later for that, but no, it's all love, man. We're pretty cool, man. We do a lot of talking, whatever. But look, nonetheless, don't mind Tyler big head in the way. Excuse me, Tyler, your head didn't look good. But look, the Titans acquired it. Okay, so what we do? So we're gonna move up 2 more spots. Okay. 2 more spots with the Jets. Yeah. We're going to send them out number 4 overall. Our number 35, the second round pick. And then the third? Yeah. That ain't the third. That's a fourth. That's a fourth. So we're going to give up our first, second, and fourth this year.
Absolutely not.
Just to get love? Look, like you said, we love, but not
love. Yeah. It doesn't make sense because, again, we are developing our team. We need these picks. We need 35 as well as 101. I would love to trade down from 35.
Don't do it.
That's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, definitely.
To pick up more top 100 picks. But when it comes to trading out for 35 as well as 101,
yeah,
Love is that good of a player. I'm not going to front. But we are not in the position to make that type of move.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And especially when the talent that's still going to be on the board regardless. I'm going to say this. I would love for us to pick up Love at 4. But you got Styles that's still going to be on the board more than likely. You have Bain as well as Bailey. You can't lose with any of those guys. As well as Downs. Like you can't lose with those guys.
Let me ask you this.
It doesn't make sense.
Okay, so just right now for context.
Yeah.
Give me the first 4 picks. What do you think is happening? So we know Mendoza going.
Mendoza is going 1 for sure.
Okay, and then the Jets is number 2.
I think the Jets will go. I think they're going to surprise us. I think they love Reese, and I think they love Bailey, but I think they're going to surprise people and go with Styles.
That's what I was thinking.
So I'm thinking Styles at 2.
Okay.
At 3,
Arizona.
People love Arizona. They love the tackle out of Miami. I know that for a fact. But at the same time, there's a whole bunch of tackles that are starting to really get some steam. So therefore, tackles between that 3 and that 10 or that 11 position is going to open up. You're going to want to get your tackle around that time. I wouldn't draft the right tackle at 3, period. So I think they will either draft Bailey, Reese, or they're going to trade out. That's when the issue comes for the Tennessee Titans and us. That's when the issue comes. Because if they trade out, who are they going to trade with? And what is that team going to want? I can see Washington might say, hey, can I trade up? If Washington wants to trade up, they're going to go for Love. When it comes to the Giants, I think they're going to try to get Downs, or the Giants might want Love. I know for a fact they love Styles, but I think they know Downs will be there at 5. They know Love isn't going to be there, and they know Styles won't be there. So with that being said, they might panic and draft and trade up. And when they trade up, we need to be puckered up also. If you're a Love fan, you got to pucker up because it can be any of those guys.
It could be.
It's going to be fun when it comes to it. But when it comes to the Tennessee Titans, it depends on who's on the board. If Love is on the board, I think we take him. I think we don't value Bane as much as a lot of people might have said in the past. But I
Yeah.
know for a fact they love Bailey, but Bailey has his problems also when it
Hmm.
comes to run defense. And if you're picking a guy that high, you want them to be solid in everything. Only people
Yeah.
that are solid in everything are Styles, Love, and Downs. I don't think we take linebacker is still questioned. That's something we can still look at. Be on the lookout for that, especially if Love comes off the board. Downs, on the other hand, I don't think we draft Downs, even though Downs in that secondary with Winston Jr. in the
Yeah.
future. Oh my God, that's dangerous. But at the same time, they play the same thing. They're not ball hawk type of guys. They want to hit you. You don't want two guys that do the exact same thing back there in the
Let me,
secondary.
let me ask you this though. Okay, so everything that you're saying about 2027, does the need have to be now? Do you not think we can get a player of either Downs' caliber or a player that can be coached into his caliber in next year's draft with all the studs coming out?
When it comes to the safety position,
Yeah, I'm saying because I mean, does the
um,
need have to be pushed? If it's so
I
many
don't even
premiums,
consider it. I don't consider it a
especially
need. I don't
well,
consider it a need,
what I'm
in my
saying is I'm
opinion.
looking. Go
Mhm.
ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I was just looking at the progress and how this thing might go this year because we go through the whole year and then the next year. So we are one more year on someone's contract,
Yeah.
one more year on some. So I'm like, okay, if we're looking at this with all of the premium positions because safety is in premium position. So with all of the premium positions we're looking at people focusing on getting quarterbacks. We know the Rams going to be busy trying to get busy. It's a lot of teams we can look at now that will potentially be trying to get quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know, wide receivers, edges, all of so that will, that makes a lot of good players fall into later rounds.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying. Do you think that I mean you might not even know them by name, but is there potential to at least get a player, and it doesn't have to be the same exact,
Um,
but that can fill that position that you would need to if you were let's say next year you want to move on from Hook. So then they're like, okay, hey, we need a safety,
yeah.
or maybe they or what have you, whatever. We just if we're in the position where we may be looking to add depth or more value to that position, given the amount of possible, the caliber of players coming out, I think you might can find a sneaky good, value in
At
some of
safety
the
position.
mid rounds. So, and especially if you have the type of faith that we need to have. I mean, you're talking about he'd be coached up by Robert Saleh,
Yeah.
whoever we pick. So if he has the traits and whatever we need there, we might can create our own Caleb Downs.
That's true.
So and that's how I'm trying to convince people about this center position.
Hmm.
I'm like, y'all, people don't understand that. Like, you're trying to go out and I get it. I'm not. I get it. Get what's proven. I get it.
Facts. Yeah.
But the better advantage would be for us to, find, they just pay more homage to you.
Yeah.
But you get that homegrown talent, and so I think, because bringing the center over from the Giants, he has that connection with Dayball, so he already
Yeah.
kind of has that loyalty factor, if you will.
Yeah.
Especially as long as he's in the building. So if he's here, what we said, maybe he signed what was it, 2-3 year contract.
The 2-year contract. Yeah.
So we have time to develop, and then for him to have enough respect for Saleh if we were to retain him and Dayball were to move on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a lot of so that's how I'm looking at a lot of these positions and a lot of but I think it's really open to a lot of potential next year that the people don't understand how to look at, because some of the things that are being set up for next year are happening now. And people don't get that. It's like you questioning these moves, these picks, and these trades, but a lot of people are putting themselves in position to be able to solidify certain positions so they can focus on certain positions next year, gain draft capital so they can be able to draft certain positions next year. A lot of people understand that are really into the game. And you and Ike put me on.
Yeah.
I wasn't even aware of this. But
Yeah.
then I feel like, speaking on the sentiment, if that's the case, why wouldn't you? I mean, because now I'm thinking I'm getting outside of the fan perspective. I'm getting outside of the even some of the player perspective. I'm looking at it from a front office perspective.
Hmm.
And that means I have to allocate and think about all things forward. It's not about, we think of the moment. Fans think of right now. That's why
Absolutely.
that's why this dumbass pick is up here. That's a right now thing. It's like, oh, right now. But
Yeah,
no, later. Did you not hear this man say that he wants to build through the draft and have 3 picks in the? I'm sorry, 10 picks in the top 100. Like, what are we talking about? That is not how you acquire that in year
absolutely
two.
not. Yeah,
Not in year 2. And so the value is, and so the question would be like,
is the value there basically?
well, is the value there worth giving up the other value? Is it? Look, we're not going to deny Love's ability,
Yeah.
but is he that impactful of a player that we can miss giving up for a second and for another pick this
No,
year? If
no.
we're trying to build in that regard.
If you want to be honest, no, he's not. And the only way you do that is if you legit. It's only if you pick up Jennings and you pick up
Okay.
Okereke. You would have to you would pick up Jennings. You will pick up Okereke. You would have to pick up one of the right guards that's out there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because I fully believe at this point in time it's going to be that guy Austin from the Giants, or it's going to be Jackson Slater that's going to start at center for the Tennessee Titans.
Absolutely.
I firmly believe that now. I'll put Logan Jones before, but realistically, you might got Bo.
I think both.
His partner Bo is going to play right guard, and he might start right guard. I think they draft right guard. Is a right guard out of Georgia Tech that's really, really good too. I can see him being on the Tennessee Titans. But center position is already what it is right now. It's going to be Austin or it's going to be Jackson. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the right guard, that's the issue that we have. That's what we got to do. But going back to your original question, I wouldn't trade that for Love, even if everything played the way I wanted to, because it's still not an intelligent move money-wise. It's not an intelligent move. What are you showing to your team? What are you showing to your team? Yeah, you can argue, I'm going to win now mode. No, you're not. You got to be intelligent about what you're doing. You cry and complain about some of the moves that J-Rob made and some of the moves that Rand made. This move would go right under those moves. So then you're going to be like, oh, he did this stupid ish and all this other stuff. So no. When it comes to Love, I would personally, I'm not trading up for anyone in this draft. In the top 5, if I'm in the top 5 already, I'm staying put. So I would pick Love at 4. If I can't get Love, I know I can get Styles more than likely. I'm picking Styles at the middle linebacker position and pairing him with Greg for the next 10 years. I love Bain, but I fell off when it comes to him, and I think Bain is going to drop back. I don't think Reese is going to be there. I don't like Reese that much as other people anyway. And I don't think Bailey's going to be there. Bailey is another guy that I would possibly draft. When it comes to downs, he is going to be a monster. He's a great safety. Yeah. But again, we have other holes on this team to pair him with a guy that plays exactly like him. Yeah. Yes. So I wouldn't do that. When it comes to this safety class next year, it's not as stacked and you don't have a downs. KJ Bolden in Georgia's good. You got a whole bunch of guys that's at Alabama. I think they got 3 safeties that can possibly come out and go in the first round next year. You got Ohio State got a guy. What is it? Jalen McClain. He's pretty good. He's pretty decent. Notre Dame has Todd Johnson. BYU has a guy. Okay. LSU has Spears. Oregon has a guy. So you got a lot of guys that's rated in the 85 percentile when it comes to their talent and what they can do. Okay. But I personally will be okay if I pick Love over downs. Yeah, I will be 100% okay with that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Isn't it?
Yeah, and that center position, the way that free agency is going, and what I'm looking at right now, and even after doing what we just did, the mock draft, I'm a firm believer that it's going to be Jackson Slater. Firm believer.
But and that's what I was saying. So earlier when you said Bo, I said. I don't know if it was misunderstood, but I wasn't saying Bo. I was saying both.
Oh, both. I got you.
What's his name? What's his slide?
Logan.
The Giants, the center.
Slotman.
So let's just go with that.
Slootman, yeah.
Correct.
Something like
that. But no,
no,
I think that's what I'm saying. I think both. I think that Jackson, Slater, and Schlotman would rotate in the center position.
Well, you wouldn't want to rotate your center.
But as a rotational piece,
Absolutely. If somebody get injured and stuff like that, but yeah,
Something. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
One
I
of them
won't
might do
rotate
more
my center
guard
though.
center, and other one might be more center primarily.
Yeah, I
But you
believe
always,
Austin can play guard too.
yeah. And that's what I think both of them can.
Yeah.
So I think, and I mean, because Jackson Slater was drafted as a center, right? He was a center draft. Right?
No, he was drafted as a guard that could play center. But
Okay.
now, but
Okay.
after off season and stuff like that, they decided, and from what I hear, again, everything can change when they go in that field in April or they get in that field in June.
Mm-hmm.
So not June, more July with training camp, things could change. But from what I've been seeing and hearing, they
Yeah.
want him at center, and he's been training for center more so than that guard position. And
Right.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine
I'm
with that.
I'm fine with it because he might be exactly. Look, see, the people don't understand. This is how we're gonna keep getting 100 million free agents.
Yeah.
You get your homegrown talent that can do that, then yeah, you develop your pieces. That's how you run a football team. You just go
100%.
out and just throw money at everything you need because you're just trying to quickly fill. Believe in your team. Why are y'all trying to go?
What are you doing?
Why keep Slater then? Why draft him?
Yeah.
If you want us to get a center so bad, then criticize us picking Slater last year. You have to start there.
That's true.
Why bring in someone if you don't want him here? Why are we drafting players that we don't want on the team? What's going on? I don't care. I mean, look, I'm not gonna go too crazy, but all I'm saying is I believe in this team way more than most, and I'm saying I believe in the move. I'm behind what we do, what this does. I'm behind it.
Exactly.
That's a true fan. Believe in. Get off your feeling. Stop chasing fantasies and Madden dreams, and believe in what we're doing, and let our team players become household names.
Simple as that.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Have people trying to get Ireland involved. You know what I mean? Like that's what needs to be happening here. We'll find pieces for sure. Free agency will always be a thing, and we'll bring in the necessary pieces. But you have to believe in the pieces that we're bringing through the draft because those are the most valuable pieces. Because all of the pieces we're bringing in through free agency came through the draft.
Yep.
You know, that's some undrafted free agents.
You
But you know
gotta
what
be-
I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
you-
so I want to believe in this new regime. Believe in the new logo. Believe in the new state of the new GM, the new head coach. Believe in it. Have the confidence to understand. And I get it. I get it. You understand? Now we've been here. Well, 98. I was 10 years old. I get it. You've been burnt. Okay. Go get some penicillin, mother. Like, what are we going? Get it together, man. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay. Okay. And if not, then come back and fuss at me about it. Take it out on me then. But it's okay. At the end of the day, that's what it is. That's where we're at, and that's what it's gonna be, man. Anything you want to say to the people before we get up out here, bro?
Hey, another good episode. We appreciate you guys. We thank you. This is the future. Plain and simple. This is what we love to do. This is a family right here. We're getting better each and every day. We're going to continue to get better. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man. For the future, man. I understand. Future looks bright in Tennessee, man. I can't wait to draft. We need to draft again because we showed out. We definitely
It's coming. It's coming. Probably for the Super Bowl. We probably be the first team that has the draft as well as the Super Bowl in the same, well, not calendar year, but the same year when it comes to the NFL season.
Yeah, that's a lot of. I noticed that with a lot of these new stadiums being built, you know, got a lot of potential to host the Super Bowl.
Yes, sir. That's coming.
These Iron Stadium, and I mean, I think we do have a good reputation. I think they understand when the draft comes to Nashville, it's gonna be. It's like that.
It'll be nuts. It's gonna be
like
crazy.
You know, we do this thing. But yeah, nonetheless, that's what it is, man. That's what it's gonna be. We're gonna wrap this thing up. And so I just want to appreciate y'all for tapping in and rocking out with us this evening. Thank you for watching and being a part of this journey. Okay, like I said in the beginning, I'm building something real over here, a place for fans to pull up, speak up, feel at home. Okay, so help me out, get the word out. Okay. So that more Tennessee Titan fans from the Two-Tone family can get a chance to do the same. Everybody's welcome. I want everybody to get a chance to speak about their team and have a voice. So we're going to put it out there so that you can be important and your voice can matter just like everyone else. All right? If you enjoyed this, do me a solid. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. Holler at me on Twitter, IG, TikTok, YouTube, Two-Tone Bandit. That's what it is. All right? Bloop. There it is. Give me, but look, let me know how you feel down below. I'll be checking back soon. TTFU all day. Tighten up, baby. I'm the Two-Tone Bandit. Yeah.